All right, and welcome to video number 4 in our series on all those things that make life on Earth possible. Once again, this is adapted from a National Geographic article from 2018, I believe. You should check it out if you have a chance. This is video number 4, so you should have already watched videos number 1 through 3. Just to review very quickly, video number 1 talks about the Earth's location in our galaxy, the solar system's location in our galaxy. Video number 2 talks about our star and how it's just the right type of star to host a planet that has life. Video number 3 discusses our distance from the star that we orbit, the sun. And in this video, video number 4, it talks about what the Earth is made of and all those things that make up the Earth that make a dynamic core possible. Basically what that means is we have a churning inside of our Earth, and it's because of what our planet is made of. The components, the elements, the minerals, the materials that our planet is made of make that possible, make a dynamic core possible. And as you'll see in the video, that's very, very important for not just life on Earth, but complex life on Earth. So once again, make sure to like and subscribe, and also check out any of the other videos on this channel that relate to this topic, and I will see you soon.
So this is going to be a fairly short lecture. Last one was a little long. This one's a little short. But it's a good one. We've moved from our galaxy all the way to the surface and even interior of our planet now. So number 4, as you will see right now, as I move into the corner, we have the right stuff to host a dynamic core. Dynamic means it's active, it's moving around, it's doing a lot of stuff. So I will read. The interstellar cloud of gas and dust that gave rise to Earth contained enough radioactive elements to power a churning core for billions of years. This creates a magnetic field that protects the planet from dangers like solar flares. Now, it also does something else that's not mentioned here that's also super duper important. Now, that other thing that I'm about to talk about doesn't really change the fact that life is here on Earth. We have to remember that the important part here is that we have a churning core in the center of our planet. So the side effect of a churning dynamic core is that we have plate tectonics. The idea that the continents are moving around. This is why we have earthquakes and volcanoes in certain parts of the world. This is important mainly for complex life. You know, without plate tectonics, given all the other parameters, we would probably still have life here on Earth. But as Bill Bryson in his book, A Short History of Nearly Everything says, we probably wouldn't have baseball. Because if we didn't have plate tectonics, the entire planet would be ocean. And it would be about 3 miles deep of ocean. So we wouldn't have continents. We would just have, the ocean and then the ocean floor. So there'd still be life, but it may not be super duper interesting. So anyway, we're talking now about this magnetic field that we have. And this is one of the reasons why you don't have life on the moon. I hinted to this last time. We have this inner core, we have an outer core. So the inner core is solid iron. The outer core is an iron nickel, and the inner core has more than just iron, but it's a solid chunk of iron nickel. The outer core is a little bit more liquid, and as the outer core moves around this inner core, it creates a giant magnet. So the Earth is actually a giant magnet. This is why compasses work. And what that does is it creates this magnetic field around the Earth. So here you go. You have the inner core, outer core, mantle, and crust. These are the layers of the Earth. It's kind of like a peach, if you want to use that analogy. But what it does is it creates this magnetic field. And this magnetic field protects us like a force field from outer space. We have lots of solar radiation hitting this magnetic field, and it diverts it around the planet. And it actually sort of focuses it towards the poles sometimes. And that's why you have things like the aurora borealis or the northern lights. But the thing is, the moon doesn't have this. The moon sort of has a core, but there's not a dynamic core. There's not a churning core that is creating a magnetic field. So while the moon, if you remember from our last lecture, while the moon is within the Goldilocks zone, it doesn't have this feature. Now, if the moon had a magnetic field, it may have some sort of life on it. Maybe. The moon is pretty small, and it has other problems. But anyway, this, dynamic churning core, I'll go back to it, creates a magnetic field around the Earth, and that magnetic field protects us from harmful solar radiation. This is why It doesn't protect us from all of it. You can still get skin cancer. You can still get harmed by the sun. It doesn't protect us from some of that ultraviolet radiation, but it protects us from gamma radiation, which is super harmful. But anyway, good luck with everything. Don't hesitate to contact me, and keep looking out for some of these other videos that might supplement or might help out the work you're doing on these assignments. So as always, I'll see you next time.